Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? I know you guys are, where's Rudy at? Well, if you looked at the community tab, I went ahead and let everybody know that most folks know that Rudy's on vacation with his family and whatnot down in Texas. And he did send me a funny picture of him in a cowboy hat, which I thought was great. But he didn't give me permission to share it, and I forgot to ask. So maybe on the next live stream, or maybe he'll share it with you guys. But it was quite funny. At least I thought it put a smile on my face. You know what I mean? It was great. So, anyways, folks, tonight is the giveaway. We're going to be giving away the Exodus 600 and the Exodus 600 Plus sometime during this live stream. So you might have to sit with me for a while and shoot the for a little bit. Anyways, I thought about a couple of things what I wanted to do on this live stream. I didn't want to have a scripted kind of idea of what I was planning on doing. Basically, I just wanted to kind of go with the flow. There's a couple of things that I'm going to bring up and whatnot. Hopefully it doesn't, piss anybody off per se, in regards to the political realm of things and things that are going on in the world around us, because things seem to get, it seems like every time we wake up, how many of you guys out there have a bingo card for 2024? And it's all filled up because everything that you thought could happen has happened. And then there's things that we've never thought would happen have happened. Hence the thumbnail for the screen is like, hey, folks, it's time to make sure that you are prepped and ready because things are just keep on getting crazier. Anyways, I want to pause for a moment and say hello to some of you folks in chat because you've taken the time out of your evening to come in here and hang out with myself. And Rudy wanted me to keep the series going because we're trying to get to number 50, which should fall around Christmas time so we can do our big Christmas giveaways together. So that should be something to look forward to. Anyways, I was thinking about it. And I looked over to make sure I wasn't muted, and everything I just said, no one heard, but luckily everybody did. Snakebite, I agree. It has been a crazy ride. So let me back this up a little bit and say hello to some of you folks. I see all the mods are in chat. Jan, I see Miss Worm. I see JT. I see Yarn Prepper. Thank you guys for being here. I truly appreciate that. Let me see. We got Skipping Rocks in the house. Sunset, Cherry. I already said what's up to Snakebite. Let me see here. Who else do we got? I'm trying to scroll down. You guys are chatting it up, moving a lot faster than I thought it would be. Akita Love, good to see you as well. Sean, good to see you. You see, we got BB Cates in here. Nostra Dumbass, good to see you as always. And you notice I always chuckle every time I say your name. It's just funny, but I enjoy it. Miss Worm, I got you, Miss Worm, right? JT, I got all the mods. I'm pretty sure I did. Ann Palmer, good to see you as well. Betty Randall, Jeff, Mama Bear J15, Andrew, Amazing Grandma, Yoshi's mom, Diana 2, Stuart, Stealth Mode's in the house. What's up, Stealth? Happy Monday it is, right? Let me see. Susan Courtney from Canada. Dale Robertson, Forrest. Let me see. Nancy Jimenez, Michelle H. Can't speak, folks. I'm not used to being by myself. Misha Bell, good to see you from Seattle. Let me see. Alicia Blaze is here as well. John Camper. We got Jamie, NC, Sandra, Kit. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody. I'm going to scroll down a little bit so we can get going. Tim, GGS Garden, Tracy K, Raka, good to see you as well. Romans, and Dale, a nurse, Zebby. I think I got a lot of folks. Fluffy Otter, and all you other amazing folks that I may have missed. So anyways, folks, just to kind of ramble on a little bit, if you do have a question, if you can put that in all caps so it'll catch my eye to the right of the screen, I want to make sure that I can see it. So just put it in all caps. And if I happen to miss it, usually the moderators will kind of, hey, Gray, and nudge me and let me know that I missed a question. Because a lot of times when Rudy and I get going on our conversations, the questions get bypassed because we're, going back and forth in regards to different things. But one thing that grabbed my attention that's probably hasn't made major headlines this week, at least as far as I know, is what the European Union is doing. And I thought to myself, how it relates and correlates to what's happening here in the U.S. So I have this little screenshot on my phone that I'm going to go over real quick, but it says the European Union wants to build a comprehensive database of all the assets owned by all citizens. So that means everything that you own, the EU wants to keep track of that. And it says it's expected to be a comprehensive database that records a wide range of assets owned by citizens, including real estate, bank accounts, securities, vehicles, and possibly works of art and precious metals. And that's what grabbed my attention, was the precious metals thing. A lot of you folks out there who stack, like myself, silver, gold, or other precious metals, we feel that that's a wealth retention item for us that do that. Some people don't like to collect silver and stuff like that because they always, the whole meaning of you can't eat silver and you can't eat gold. But I feel like a lot of us have went over that and debunked that in regards to why it's important to stack that if you have the capabilities of doing so. But I thought that was quite interesting because something like that has happened in the U.S. in the past, specifically with gold, and as well as declaration of martial law in places like where Katrina and other places, the things that have hit. A lot of times they will confiscate things. They will say that you have to give up this and stuff like that. And it's not as comprehensive as what the EU is proposing, but I feel like we're not far from that. And the reason I say that is because after what I saw happen last week in regards to the current administration and what's kind of going, and it's always going to be hearsay and conspiratorial. That's unfortunate events. Because when we speak about things like this, a lot of people say, well, you're just a conspiracy theorist. But then a few years later, things come to light and we find out there was a lot of fact behind that conspiracy. And which brings light to that some conspiracy theories, not all, actually hold some truth. And I feel like a lot of you folks are probably on the same page with me on that. And it's the part where you had a sitting president, regardless if he's good or bad or whatever he's doing, you have a sitting president in general. And, a few days before that, he said it would take a act of God to remove me from running for the president of the United States. And then a couple of days later, he writes a letter to Twitter, or posts a letter to Twitter saying that he is dropping out of the race. And then they take his VP, who, from my perspective, and again, these are my opinions and my opinions only, a VP that we've rarely seen, who has no track record, who has nothing that I can recall of something to say, to tout that it's something big. You know what I mean? Like, oh, she's done this or she's done that, outside of her missteps and some of her really far kind of leftist ideals in regards to the way she votes. And then it proceeds the next following days that mass media, your mainstream media, is propping her up like she's the godsend. Like, ta-da, we got rid of the old man, but ta-da, this is what everyone should vote for. And if you don't, you're racist and yada, 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 yada. And as I told people, I don't vote with my emotions. I vote for what affects me as a person. And I think a lot of people should. It affects we the people, because legislation that's passed by certain administrations and the people in Congress and our presidents and whatnot affect us. And some people feel that it doesn't, but it does. The legislation that passes regards to, let's say, drilling for oil and natural gas and stuff like that can affect a lot of people, all the way down to the individual, because it removes jobs and it does a lot of things. And again, these are my opinions. And then this is the weird part, is social media, as well as mainstream media and all your internet sites, start scrubbing the internet of all her missteps and misdeeds and things that she has spoken and things she has said. Luckily, a lot of people record this stuff and keep it alive through YouTube and other means like Twitter, X, whatever you like to call it. And I'm just shocked that there was, and I've seen a lot of news media outlets talk about it like it was a coup in regards to pushing him out and putting her in. And I was just wondering, like, how do the 14 million people that voted for Joe, the delegates or whatnot, was it the delegates or the people that for the primaries that voted for him to be that nominee, how do they feel that their vote doesn't count at this point? Anyways, that's just my little ramble real quick that I wanted to go over. I know I kind of went a couple of different directions with that, but I don't know. People may agree. Some people may disagree. If you disagree, I don't hate you. There's nothing but love for you folks out there. I'm going to refer to the chat real quick and kind of see what's going on. Let me see. What's up, Rodney Middleton? GreyMan, there are two sides to the governments knowing that the citizens have: one, to see if someone is a threat; two, to see if someone will require help with food, etc. in an emergency situation. Let me see. Tracy K says, I vote for who's going to run the country the way it's supposed to be as a constitutional republic. Absolutely, Tracy. I agree with you 100%. Minuteman 69. See, you missed the beginning of the live stream, Minuteman. Shame on you for not being here when we started. But Rudy's on vacation. Let me see here. Drill, baby, drill. Right on, Dale. Good to see you, Lena. Spell check does suck. We are probably closer to conflict here in the UK than you are in the USA. Mel Sibley from the UK, I appreciate you sharing that, because here's how I look at things that happen overseas. A lot of people will sit back here in their comfortable couch or chair or whatnot and see, oh, look what happened in France. Look what happened in the UK. Look what happened here in different places and whatnot. And they just like, oh, it's over there. Kind of like the whole thing with the Charlie Victor. I don't know if we can even say it anymore. The CB-19. When that kind of happened, everybody saw it. Oh, it's over in China. We have nothing to worry about. It won't affect us. And as we saw it progress, it comes to our shores. So some of the things that you see overseas will eventually make it some way or another to our shores and affect us, the Americans or the people here in this country. And that's why I'm always kind of watching how things move over there. Because remember, a lot of the figureheads across the globe, at least in my perspective, are being puppeted. You know, there's a grand wizard, or the puppeteer running the world per se, right? And pulling the strings of this politician and that politician to make things happen. Large corporations and conglomerates, pump a lot of money into politicians. Like here in the United States, we have lobbyists, big pharma, big tobacco, and so on and so forth. And these lobbyists have a lot of power. And unfortunately, it seems like the lobbyists, or the people with money, are actually the ones running the government, who are making the decisions on pushing, okay, hey, if you 300 senators or however many senators and how many this, we'll pay you this much money, and we'll do this as residuals as long as you vote for this bill, because it benefits us as a company so that we can get richer. It doesn't matter about the people. It matters about us, because we're the elite. We're the rich folks that want to run the world. So as long as you vote for this, it doesn't matter what happens to your constituents. It's about money and power, which it's an unfortunate event that our government has gone to this. I think early on in the inception of our government, in the forefather days, it was about the people, hence the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and things like that, because they were under a tyrannical regime where they didn't have the freedom of religion and a lot of different things. I'm not going to go too deep on that side of things, but you kind of get where I'm going. And they started this country to start anew. And as it progresses, I mean, I swear our forefathers would probably be rolling around in their graves if they knew what was happening to this country. We're 248 years old, if I recall correctly. And so we're a young country, but to see where we started and where we're at now, it's like black and white TV to color TV. It's like unrecognizable, at least from my perspective. And I reiterate that because I don't want to think that I'm pushing my views on anyone. These are just the way I think. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's how I feel about stuff like that. All right, let me bring this back down. Susan Musser says, I'm afraid we won't get our country back until lobbying and lobbyists are banned. I agree. There should be some sort of, I don't know if it's say legislation or something in regards to that should be illegal, right? Our constituents, the people that we put into office, that we vote for, should be working for us. That's the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? If I say this politician speaks a good game and they say they're going to do this, and that, they should do everything in their power to adhere to what they were elected for, their election promises, or is that what it's called? Something to that extent. You get where I'm going with that. And regardless if you don't like Trump or not, a lot of things that he did say, he did do. So he's been a lot better. And I think the reason why is because his life wasn't a politician. He was a business guy. And as a business guy, he saw America as a business. So he thought, well, how do I make America better or make America great again, per se, right? So he thought, as a business sense, what do I need to do to fix the economy? What do I need to do to make the people of the United States happy? Lower gas prices, low inflation, things about, being able to afford food. This is going to sound a little funny. We were at Home Depot the other day, and I forget what we were shopping for. And there was these little mini refrigerators, and it had a little top had a freezer, and a little bottom had a mini refrigerator. But it was like a little maybe 3 foot by a foot and a half wide mini refrigerator. And I made a joke out loud saying, well, the reason that they're selling this is because people can't afford normal groceries, so they're trying to make the refrigerators smaller so that it looks like you have more food in your refrigerator. And a gentleman that was walking by, he said, you know what, you are absolutely right. And I said, I'm glad I'm not the only one. And I was just voicing my opinion out loud. Sometimes I have a habit of doing that. It's got me in trouble a couple of times back in the day, but it is what it is. I am who I am. And that's how I thought about it. And because, everything seems to get smaller, smaller, and smaller. Your canned goods are getting smaller, your drinks are getting smaller, but you're still paying more for something smaller, as they say, shrinkflation, right? It's crazy. Hey, good to see you, UK Urban Prepper. Let me see. Walking in the rain can be peaceful. Absolutely. I love being in the woods. And I know I'm going off topic, but there's no specific topic for tonight, folks. I love going in the woods and going for a walk in the rain. The wife gets a little scared sometimes when there's a lightning storm. I've lived in Florida the majority of my life, outside of in the Michigan. And when I was in the military, bounced around a little bit, but the majority of my life has been in Florida. And I just, that summer rain is always nice. It's out there. It's just to be in nature. And it's a proven fact that being in nature and going for hikes and experiencing things like that actually reduces stress and, your blood pressure and so on and so forth. So it's a healthy thing. So if you get a chance and you have the opportunity to go take a nature walk, especially for you folks up in the northern regions who have some beautiful forests, Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, all the way up to Michigan and all the way to the West Coast and whatnot. Go out and enjoy a bit of nature sometimes. It'll really make you feel better, especially if you're feeling down or in the dumps or whatnot, or just stressed after a long day at work or just whatever happens to be bothering you. Just go take a walk. And it's definitely something that you'll notice that feels good. And you get a little exercise out of it as well. Let me see here. Let me bounce back to chat. Yeah, JT, I thought it was funny too. It was at the local Home Depot. And Kit, yeah, a lot of people, my wife is very, very scared of the lightning. I guess I'm a daredevil. I live on the edge. None of it bothers me. I've been in the woods in a horrible lightning storm with wind blowing at 30 miles an hour, and I still felt at peace. I didn't have any fear. And I know some people I feel that God has a purpose for everyone out there, right? And if he feels it's your time to go, it's your time to go. He calls you home. So I feel when that happens, then it's my time, and I have to say goodbye to this plane of existence and go meet my Father, per se, right? My heavenly Father, as they like to call it. Speaking of which, this is going to run me down another tangent. Is the Olympics. I think my daughter and my wife had mentioned to me, they were like, or specifically my wife, she was like, hey, I want to see the equestrian part of the Olympics. Can you download it for me or record it for me? And I was like, no. And she's like, why? And I said, because I'm boycotting the Olympics. She's like, but why? And I said, have you seen the garbage, the opening ceremony for the Olympics? And I don't care what the people running the Olympics says, but to me, it looked like it was a mockery of the Last Supper, and a horrible mockery of the Last Supper. And I thought, how evil is that? Because I'm thinking the Olympics does broadcast to all over the world, and a lot of people do watch it. A lot of people want to root for their country, USA or UK or whatever country you're from. Most people are rooting for the people that are involved in that. And when I saw that, I was like, that's the most disgusting, horrible thing that I've ever saw. And look, folks, I don't really care your preference in regards to if that's the way you go or whatever you want to call it. I'm not trying to pick on you as an individual. If someone is watching, this live stream or comes across it, I'm not picking you, but I don't think anything like that should be shoved down people's throats. I think if that's the life that you choose, that should be your life. That shouldn't be something that's presented to everyone and pushed down people's throats, because a lot of children will watch the Olympics with their families, and then they see that. And I just think it's a horrific rendition of what they did. And that's just my personal opinion on that. Thank you, Forrest. I'm boycotting the mockery of my Lord and Savior. Girl for Freedom. See, and that's why I feel like I can express myself here with you folks, because a lot of us feel the same way in regards to a lot of different topics and things that are happening across the globe, here and abroad. Good to see you, Ghost Lincoln. Hopefully I got that right. My apologies. Hey, hello, Ultra Maggot Patriot. Good to see you from Mississippi. Thank you, Alicia Blaze, Tracy K. Let me see. God turned out their lights. Yeah, there was a lot of interesting things. You nailed it on the head. It was an anti-Christian show. Thanks, Miko. No need to watch it. Lena. Excuse me. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm backing up a little bit. I agree, Minuteman. I appreciate that, Pepe. I'm going to unpin this comment that I had earlier on in regards to the giveaway. I'm going to go ahead and move that so it stops popping up and bothering me. Yeah, agreed, Mrs. Worm. And that's the biggest thing. When it comes to Christianity, right? It seems like a lot of people attack Christianity. And the majority of the population in the world, I forget how many billions of people are Christian. And how often do you see on national TV a mockery of other religions? It's something that you don't see too often, especially blatantly, right? So it's like it seems like they always attacking Christians. And like I said, for the folks out there that read the Bible and that have faith, it's like a punch in the stomach, right? But when I go to sleep at night, I know that I'm doing right. So whatever those people are do, they're creating their own situation. And a lot of people, I try to explain it. I'm not a preacher or nothing like that. But it's like, God died for our sins, right? God gave his only begotten son to forgive us for our sins, right? I think people should respect that. If you're not religious, you should at least feel that you can't just feel like there's nothing out there. Because here's what I've noticed. Even the people that don't believe in God, right? When something bad happens in their life, whatever it may be, something bad happens, they go to God. If you've ever dealt with, let me see, how do I say this? My brother worked in the prison system for a long time, and he says it was shocking the amount of people in the prison system that get locked up for whatever sin they committed, and then they find God. And some of them, it sticks with them, others not so much. But it seems like when people are in their worst case scenarios or worst positions, they reach out to God at that point. Why not before? Why not before? You know what I mean? I've been there, folks. I've had doubts, and I've, criticized, and I've gotten angry, and we have free will. And that's the option here, is that you've been given free will, but then you need to ask for forgiveness when you make those mistakes, because we have a forgiving God. All right, I'm gonna get off that topic before I get too many people upset. But no one should get upset. It's just a live stream, folks, and I'm just voicing my opinion. Dale Robertson says, because evil is pushing through, it's sad to say it is winning on many things, but stay strong and keep believing, for his love and strength will keep you. Thanks, Dale. I appreciate that. Miniman69 says, Jesus works hardest when there are sinners. Absolutely. Let me see here. Am I missing anything else? God is a creator and Jesus died for our sins. Thank you, Tracy. GreyMan, Yeshua wins in the end. Absolutely. 3 more months of this. Yeah, Rosanna. And here's the crazy thing about that. Folks. A lot of people keep on asking me, hey, what do you think is going to happen November 5th? Do you think Trump's going to win the election? And I said, well, if you look at if you look at all the predictions, if you look at the crowd sizes and the enthusiasm and so in my place of business, people are allowed to speak their mind. And they'll see me watching something political and they'll speak their mind. 98% of the people that come into my place of business, maybe because it's Florida, I don't know. But everybody always says when they see Trump and they see him talking or giving his speech, they're like, man, I can't wait to vote for him. And then they see the other party and they're like, what the hell's going on? Who would vote for that person? So it makes me feel that there's a lot of people looking for a change. But if you read and now we're going back to the polls, is all these polls, right? It blows me away that they're like, it's neck and neck, folks. Trump is up by 1%, but he's down by 7 points in Minneapolis. He's up only by 1 point in Wisconsin. And I know folks like Yarn Prepper that's in Wisconsin. I'm like, how can he be 1 point? Who is going to vote for her? I don't care about her skin color. I don't care about her background. I don't care about anything. She is just not a nice person. Everything that she has said, everything that she has voted for is bad, at least from my perspective. I do the research. I go through the things and I see, where did she start at? What was her upbringing? How did she get into politics? And how did she get to where she is at now? Right? That's the smart way to do it. When it comes to anything, when it comes to my ballot, when I get a ballot and I look over the ballot and I see, I don't just look at, okay, it has an R by the name, so I'm going to go ahead and check all the way down. I don't do that. I don't Christmas tree and go straight down the ballot, because there are, as they like to call them, rhinos per se, that kind of speak a good game. But when you look at their voting history, like I'm a big Second Amendment guy, and there is a lot of Republicans in the state of Florida that are anti-Second Amendment, except around election time. Around election time, they're preaching, yeah, you know, we need to do this with the gun laws and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, we've got to pass this and pass that. But when it comes down to it, to vote, they vote the opposite, or they vote against anti-gun legislation. And I know the gun topic is a hot topic, but again, the way I look at it is gun laws only affect law-abiding people. And if you are a responsible gun owner, you properly either teach your kids about firearms, you have a manner of where you store your firearms, you're responsible for that firearm, right? So a lot of the times when gun violence erupts, be it mass shootings and other things like that, not all the time, but a lot of the times, they've obtained these things illegally. And how many criminals out there do you know care about gun laws or gun legislation? They don't, because they are doing things illegally. They're going to obtain firearms illegally. So laws don't bother them. They're going to say, well, you know, Kamala says we're going to ban assault weapons. Biden said we're going to ban assault weapons. Well, what did that do during the Obama era? It increased the cost of the firearms, but people still found a way around it and still bought them. Most people that go through a gun show or however they're, you know, depending on where you live, there's different ways that you can go about legally purchasing a firearm. And then there's people that have put out these false narratives in regards to, well, since they passed this gun legislation, crime has skyrocketed. Has it? Do you actually look at the FBI statistics? More people are killed by handguns than an actual assault rifle. I think we've done a live stream on that topic before, where I specifically showed statistics in regards to that happening. So again, kind of going full circle back to where I was talking about, is I just don't go down the ballot and just vote because they have an R next to their name. I like to do a little bit of research, as within anything, kind of like when I do videos here on YouTube, and I'm like, hey, this is a product I'm showing you. I'm looking for something. Look at this, you know, this great flashlight. It's not a flashlight. I know it's a remote, but, and yada, yada, yada. Let me know what you think down in the comments, kind of thing, and follow up with some other research and do some, if this is what you're looking for, then, you know, hey, check it out. But don't buy it just because I told you to buy it. If it's something that you like, I did a good review of it and you enjoy it, and it's something that you're in the market for, then so go ahead and buy it, but just follow it with some research, because just because I like it, you may hate it. Maybe it works for me, but it doesn't work for you. So like I said, when it comes to reviews in general, I try to like push. I know I should be, I guess, a better salesman, right? And say, you have to buy this. If not, you will die. If this is not in your prepper pantry or your preppers or your go bag or your bug out bag, you will die. You will not make it through SHTF. There's no sense in that, folks. It's not every product is not an end all solve all for everyone. You know what I mean? Some people may not need this or may not need that. Maybe they're focusing in on food or this or that, and they don't need a flashlight that's $70 or whatever it may be that I happen to be going over during a review process. But that's a little, I guess, rant about reviews. I do a lot of them here on the channel, so I always think about it. Tim Harrison says, Harris is not qualified for the position she has now. She does not have the knowledge that's needed. I agree. She has no, what's the word I'm looking for? Experience in regards to running a country. That's a huge thing. She has no experience in running a country. And her as a VP, I don't see what she's done. How many times did you see her on TV until they elevated her to presidential, until they, you know, what do they call it? President-elect, like they're trying to elect her for president. Before that, you barely saw anything. She was never around. You didn't see anything other than her going to high schools and talking about that she hates the younger generation and all the other things that she has said. We barely heard from her. I don't know, folks. It seems like we're in a position, like we live in bizarro world. Everything that you think could happen has happened, and anything that you couldn't happen is still happening. Definitely weird stuff. Like, I feel that the news cycles now are trying to take away from the assassination attempt of a former president, regardless of who it was, if it was Trump or Kennedy or Bush or whoever it may be. It's still the attempted assassination of a president. And we as a country, you know, how do they just like blow past it, right? You know, they're kind of, oh, you know, and then the FBI director comes out and says, oh, we think it might have been shrapnel. Well, anybody who's been around firearms most of their life, like myself, or been in the military, know that that was just like a jab, right? To instill conspiratorial ideas. And then they had to, like, what is it called? Step back a second and actually release a statement like, no, it was a bullet, because the doctors that treated Trump after that situation had arisen said, no, it's a bullet. And then Trump's own doctor said, yeah, it's a bullet. You know what I mean? And why do they seem to like want to wash everything over and move past it? When to me, that's a history situation. That will always be a part of American history, that a previous president, possibly the next president of the United States, almost got assassinated. To me, that is important in regards to our history. So why try to, you know, whitewash it or whatever you want to call it, you know, just kind of look over it and say, oh, it didn't exist. I don't, and that's what makes me think that our country, matter of fact, I did have something, where was it? Let me see. Yeah, I had another little screenshot that I took earlier. It says Facebook runs Instagram. So, you know, Facebook and Instagram, same company. It says Facebook has officially admitted that it wrongfully censored the historic iconic photo of former President Trump pumping his fist with his ear bleeding after the tragic event that occurred during his rally in Pennsylvania, saying this was an error. So how is that an error? How is that an error? That is not an error. That was, to me, viciously and purposely done by Facebook. Even though I was shocked at Zuckerberg in an interview that he did, and they were asking him like, well, what are you going to do? Who are you going to vote for? You know, they always try to get these rich people and celebrities to say, who are you going to vote for? Who are you going to vote for? And he said he wasn't going to say anything, but he said something to the extent that what happened to Trump was bad. And he said when Trump raised his fist in the air, it was badass. That was his exact term. That was badass. And so I was like, oh, well, look at this. But then I saw that and I'm thinking, you say one thing, you do another. That seems to be the game with a lot of these folks. It's horrible. It's horrible, folks. Let me see, where are we at? Have I been rambling for 35 minutes straight? I guess I have. My apologies. Let me bounce over here to the comments and see what we got. How is everybody doing? Especially for the folks that I didn't get to say hello to early on. KP Heathen, greetings from Louisiana. Hello. Yeah, Forrest. She has a lot of experience at the borders are. New Florida Prepper, hello. Hasn't Google search did the same thing? Wash Trump? Yes, New Florida Prepper. It's ironic I suppose they have fixed it now. But when you used to type in Trump assassination in Google, it would pull up Harris. It would pull up Harris and yada, yada, yada. It was very interesting. Hence, I may get in trouble because Google owns YouTube, right? For saying the things that I'm saying. Just be able to, use my freedom of speech to speak my opinion. But yada, yada, yada. Yeah, Dale Robertson. Yeah, geez, Rudy. You think Rudy, I wonder if Rudy's like kind of trying to peek in from his vacation. If he does, his wife better not catch him. Minuteman69 says, they ticked me off by downplaying the assassination attempt as really nothing. Nothing. A man was murdered. That's not nothing. I agree, Minuteman. I agree. Teresa, at least you made it. But I appreciate that. Michelle says, 99 days left. Little Lone Prepper, unfortunately, no matter what I try to do, I try to be very nice to the algorithm. I try to ask for people to like the video and comment and share and everything like that. And for some reason, YouTube still doesn't really recommend me that often. So there's slow growth. There's growth at least, but there's slow growth. The only time, and this, I don't understand why it works this way. The only time that I do have tremendous growth is when I do a pantry haul video or anything to do with my pantry. There's been a couple other videos that have broken out, but it's usually pantry hauls, something that has to do with food preservation and stuff like that. For some reason, YouTube will push that video up in a way to the stars. You know what I mean? They do very well. We gain a lot of new people on the channel during those videos, but I don't want to take advantage of that. Some people will see that as an opportunity to be a little bit predatory. What I mean by that is they see a video is very successful. So then they'll make that video over and over and over and over again. And I think that's not what I'm about. My video is my channel is a very diverse channel, from live streams to informationals, to reviews, to the pantry hauls, and just lots of different information in regards to things I like to share that encompasses emergency preparedness. So I don't, just because it works and it does well, I'm not going to focus on that tremendously. When I have a pantry haul to do, I will share it with the community. If I have something to talk about, like a lot of folks want me to do a pantry tour because they want to see how I have my pantry set up. I've done a lot of people see behind me, they see the food stacked up, or when I do the pantry hauls, but they would like a specific tour. Even though I know that video is going to run long, but people have been asking for that for quite some time. So I'm working on a few other things in the pantry, and then I plan on doing a pantry tour. Someone actually in the comment section said, hey man, you should do a pantry tour because it does really well on YouTube. Great. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. I just put out videos and hope they go somewhere. And if they don't, they don't. That's just life. I enjoy doing this, so I'll continue to do it. If I only get 1,000 views, you get 1,000 views, man. It is what it is, right? Let me see. Robin White, welcome to the Grey family. Thank you for the support. All right, so let me back down a little bit down here. Little Lone Prepper says, I'm supposed to get all the notifications from your channel, but they're doing it a lot of channels I'm subscribed to. I believe that. I really believe that. Rudy and a lot of the other content creators that I'm friends with do say that they do run into a lot of issues in regards to YouTube trying to not really promote them. And there's a lot of folks that are new to YouTube, just like I was 3 years ago or so. And they want to share their experience, if they're a homesteader, if they're a prepper, or something that's in this kind of niche of community, a gardener. Like my garden videos don't do well. I'm not a gardening channel, so I don't expect them to do so well because people don't look at me specifically for garden. But when I do the garden videos, the people that follow me, due to the garden content that I produce, people really like that. And they enjoy watching the different facets of my life, be it from the pantry hauls to the garden videos and some of the stuff. Because everything that I show on the channel is things that I'm learning or have learned, and why not share it with folks like yourself? And then where the magic actually happens is when you, the community, get involved. When I do a video about something specific and they say, and there's other folks adding to the conversation, hey, Grey, I grew green beans this way and I ran into this bug and I used this method to get rid of these bugs. I live in this area. That helps everyone. We work as a whole, you know what I mean? And just by me doing that video has brought a lot of people together and shared a lot of other information. Some people have met each other here on YouTube. They wouldn't have known each other if it wasn't for interacting down in the comment sections. You know what I mean? So I think that's really neat. I think that's where the magic happens. Not what I do, but what you folks do as viewers who interact with the video that I produce down in the comment sections. That's why I guess I'm a comment beggar. I'm always begging people for comments because I love the interaction. If you notice, I try to interact with everyone in the comment section as well. I at least try to heart the video and comment, or regardless if it's a good or bad comment. 99% of the time, there's great comments. There's always that one person that wants to say something about the way I talk, that I ramble too much, this took too long, or you went too deep into this, and yada, yada, yada. And all I could ever say to them, and I want to say to them, is, well, you don't have to watch, and go start your own YouTube channel and see what people say about you, right? But yeah, that's just how I feel. Shilton Munitions, I really appreciate the super chat. And folks, you don't have to do that. I know money is tight for a lot of folks out there, but I really appreciate that. Happy almost 50th to GreyMan, my birthday 20. You're not supposed to tell anybody, but yes, birthday is right around the corner. So that is definitely something to look forward to, right? And I've thought about it. I've thought about doing a birthday stream. My birthday falls on what? My birthday's on the 3rd of September, so I forget what day that falls on to. But I don't know. Maybe me and Rudy will do something and something like that. I had fun. I've only done it a couple of times, and it's always been fun. Just like a live stream about just having fun. You know what I mean? Not political, not the doom and gloom, just a little bit of fun. Maybe we'll talk about movies or food or this or that or prepping, fun stuff, right? Teresa D. Mouse says, we love you, Grey. I really appreciate that. Means a lot. That really does. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Good to see you. Good to see you. Amazing Grandma. Absolutely. I'm very polite. And a wife says I shouldn't be. I can be a little sarcastic and condescending to a negative comment sometimes. And then if it's something that's factual, what I'll do is I'll actually put web links in the comment so that they can go better educate themselves. Skipping Rocks, thank you. What is it? We got a month. September, we're about to get into August. So September is my birthday month. Ironically, the wife's birthday is the day before mine. I guess maybe that's why we get along so well. Little on Purpose says Tuesday. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll do a special live stream, or maybe we'll celebrate it that Monday if the live stream falls on my channel. If you guys want, it's up to you. Fun stuff is fun. Exactly, Marvin. And speaking of Marvin, I meant to mention there was a little bit of a crazy stuff with the last giveaway. Let me make sure. All right, we're going to start the giveaway here in a couple of minutes because I want to start it because I have to end the live stream pretty much at 8 o'clock. And I want to get the giveaway done. But Marvin, fun time. That'll be going out tomorrow. I got all the information. Thank you so much for responding to me. I'm still waiting on Wildit for the Roboto 4. I've emailed him, I think twice. I know once because I screenshotted it to make sure it went through. I looked at my sent email because there was a mix-up in me and Rudy's email, and it took me a minute to get the information. So hopefully Wildit, if you're watching, make sure graysgiveaways@gmail.com or look for my email, please. I want to get that. You won something, and I want to get it to you. All right. Let me see here. Have a great day. I love the name. Mark says, Kathleen, no, I don't eat out much at all. Where is TC Grill? GreyMan, how old are you going to be? Andrew, sad to say, but I'll be hitting the big 50 finally. I'll be a half a century old, man. A half a century. I don't feel it. Let me take that back. Sometimes I feel it. Sometimes, certain times, if I don't get enough rest or sleep, and I'll wake up, or if I've done a strenuous thing, like I've gone like on a long hike, 10, 15 miles, it's hot. And one of those days, I'm kind of going through the woods and chopping things down and yada, yada, yada. I will feel it in the morning. And then if I do injure myself, it does take a little bit longer to heal. So I guess I do feel it in some aspects, but mentally, I don't feel it. I still feel like I'm 25. Let me see here. I appreciate that, Michelle. KP Heathen Day, right on. Andrew says, GreyMan, you're only 10 years older than me. Well, enjoy. I remember 40. 40 was fun. They say you're over the hill at 40. And then some people say the 40 is the new 20. I don't know. Rhonda Hull says, I'm old enough to be Grey's mama. Roger that, Harry. Well, JT, you're still young at heart, and we all love you. And you know that the bulk of my, if you look, I look at my analytics every once in a while to see what my viewer base is. And it's split down the middle, 50% women, 50% men. And the age base is 45. Well, I would say 35 to 45 is probably like 20 to 30%, but that 45 to 65 plus is the majority of my base, which I think because we're all like-minded folks. You know what I mean? There's some youngins that watch the channel that enjoy what I do and learn from what I'm doing, which I like to reach young minds. So that's always interesting when I read comments about people in their early 20s that are watching me. Very cool. But I'm not a cool person. I don't do the tactical stuff. I don't, I'm not the running and gunning with the gas mask and the bulletproof vest and running through the woods. That's just not what I do. And that's more entertaining for people to watch on YouTube versus me talking about how to store rice for 25 years, even though it's something very important. Roger that, JT. Last thing I want to add to that is I do have a video coming out that I think is going to be very important. And it's regards to water storage. I did a video not too long ago about it, and someone asked me about water. And there's some things I want to add to that. And it's not sponsored by any company. There'll be a lot of different things that I'll show you in that video and things that I've never shown on the channel before that I want to bring light to because it's important when it comes to long-term storage for water. Matter of fact, I got a call from a friend of a friend that called me yesterday and said, hey, I'm going to be buying these water bricks. And I wanted your opinion on it. And I gave him my spiel and I said, I'll be releasing a video, ironically enough, hopefully this week, that I'm going to cover a lot of the topics because it's just not as simple as putting water in a container and putting it to the side and forgetting about it. There's so much more to it because think about it. You have to have water to survive, and you want to make sure that that water, when you need it, it's not going to be something that's going to harm you. Hudson Valley, yes, it's stifling tremendously. I've seen a lot of slowdown over the last 6 months on the channel. Time to feed the hangry wife. Roger that. Let me see here. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Let's do the giveaway. All right. So we have two things to give away. Let me set this up. A minute. I'm going to do this quick. I wanted to show you guys something. All right. Let me minimize this and open this up. I wanted to show you guys something for the folks that don't, I want to mute this. Yep. Let's move it over here. I'm setting up for the giveaway, but I'm also setting up for something else. So please talk amongst yourself. All right, bring that up. Window, media player, share. I want to. All right, let me see here. I just want to mute the sound. Yeah, so here's that. I wanted to show you guys. We were out in the garden today, and some people have asked about the garden in itself, and we're asking questions in regards to, how's it been going? I did a garden update not too long ago, but I wanted to show this part. The peppers are looking pretty good, and I guess this is not going to work for some reason. Why? I don't know. That worked out well, folks, didn't it? That worked out very well. Let me, I know I can open it up in a different program. I should know not to use YouTube or the Microsoft automatic player with this. Open, let me see here. Media player. I don't know. Where is this? Let's try this. Let's see if that'll work. If I can't get it to play, then I guess you guys will just have to go. I'll have to do an update down the road because for some reason it's not doing what I expected to do. And it's asking me to pay for something. Isn't that weird? Open with another program. And my apologies. I just want, if I can't get it to work, I'm just going to move on from this. Because usually it doesn't, I don't have an issue. I wonder if I load it. Let me see if I do this different way. Let me load it through StreamYard. Present video file, desktop. I know, and I have an issue when I'm always talking. Let's see what happens when I do it this way. Ooh, it's going to work this way. Let me mute it. And now I can share it with you guys. So this is just the front garden with the peppers and okra and basil and stuff like that. But surprisingly, even with the summer heat, it's not doing too bad. It's not doing too bad at all. But just a really quick little clip that I took while we were out there harvesting the peppers. So let's go ahead and remove that, and let's get this live stream. Let's bring up the YouTube comment picker and give away some stuff. What we're giving away is going to be the Exodus 600 and the Exodus 600 Plus. Let me see here. There we go. Nope, that's not it. I want to share that. There we go. Share that one. So this here is the Exodus 600. As you can see here, it kind of gives you some information, 256 watt hours. It's a small little compact unit. If you're using for like a CPAP or a fan or something like that, it works very well. That'll be the first one given away. And then we're going to be giving away the Exodus 600, which I think, let me see if I can go back here, is the larger version of that right there. So we'll be doing that, the Exodus 600 and 600 Plus. I just wanted to share that with you so you knew what the giveaway was doing. That's why I always tell you folks, you should always watch some of the review videos and other videos out there, because sometimes they turn into giveaways. I used to put giveaway on the thumbnail, but then I get a lot of random people that aren't even part of the channel that kind of hop in on these giveaways. All right, so let me go ahead and pull that video. And that's how you entered, is by watching that Opus video, the best deal on a portable power station, Opus Prime Day video. You just had to put a comment down there and yada, yada, yada. All right, so let me open this up, share the screen. You know, it's funny. I haven't even been paying attention to the chat, which I should be. And I'm going to be pulling, we're going to do this twice. So let me go here. Let me let you guys see what I'm doing for total transparency. All right. So basically I took the YouTube video that it's on, and I'm going to copy and paste that into here. And then I'm going to put extra YouTube videos. Nope, just the one video, one winner per. And I think, and it wants me to do some, that is addition, right? 7, 8, 9. Imagine I get that wrong. Something went wrong. 3 plus 8, 9, 10, 11. What am I doing wrong here? 2 plus 5, 7, unless I'm adding wrong. Hold on, please refresh. Oh, Jesus. I had the page open too long. All right, let's start over. Copy and paste the YouTube thing. You act like I haven't done this in a long time, right? I think it just wants to mess with me. All right, 5 plus 2 is 7. Get YouTube comments. Finally, 146 entries into this live stream. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. All right. Cat Skills, I see. It says, have you heard anything from about Argentina? I have not. And yes, good luck, everyone. Good luck. All right, let me see here. Where is the tool? I don't need all that. All right. Don't want the ads. I thought I paid for no ads. I actually paid for this, folks. I actually pay. It's like a Patreon thing that you pay like $8 a month to have this. Anyways, fire in the hole. We're 55 minutes before 8 o'clock. So we've been here for 55 minutes. Let's find out who our first winner is going to be. Again, thank you all for participating in this giveaway. This is not a live stream giveaway. This is a video giveaway if you entered via the Opus, if you left a comment on that video. Hopefully it did. All right, so let's go ahead and pull the first winner, which is going to be for the Exodus 600, the smaller one, and then we'll do the 600 Plus. Fire in the hole. All right, let's see who our winner is going to be. Look at all those familiar names. All right, that is a familiar name. Congratulations, Hoser Pioneer. I'm going to go ahead and write that down. Hoosier, Pioneer, Exodus 600. My power was just out for 19 hours, and I learned I'm not as prepared as I should be, and Opus would fill my need. That is awesome that you won Hosier Pioneer, because evidently you need it, and you have seen why it's important to have some sort of backup power. Very, very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. All right, so let's go for the Exodus 600 Plus. Let me go ahead and get that one going, and let's choose another winner. And here we go. Good luck to everyone. Start. Let's just go big with this. Yada, yada, yada. I wish I had a drum roll. Drum roll, please. All right. Diana, too. Awesome. Diana, another familiar name. I love when I see familiar names. Congratulations, Diana. Too. And folks, if you're either a Hosier, I can't even say it. I've been talking too much tonight. You know who you are. Hosier Pioneer and Diana, too. You are the two winners from this live stream. Diana says, thanks so much. Great sale. And Diana's a heavy commenter. She comments on every single video that I put out. So I really appreciate the support, Diana. Now, for those folks that won, please, 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 this is where you want to email me on a thing. graysgiveaways@gmail.com. And I don't know if, let me see, we have Hosier. Let me see if they're in chat. Let me scroll down. Oh, Diana, you are in chat. That is awesome. Congratulations, Diana. I really appreciate all the support that you've given me over the years that you've been here on the channel. So I really appreciate that. And I'm trying to see if, let me see if our other winner is in chat. Oh, and there we go. Hosier is in here too. And my bad for butchering your name. My bad. So congratulations. I am in chat. Thank you. I saw you just now. I really saw you just now. All right. So glad both of you guys are in chat. So graysgiveaways@gmail.com. Now, please put your email, or not your email, but put your YouTube handle. Hosier, you won the Exodus, and Diana, you won the Exodus Plus. And I got that written down, but please send me the information, because I had to send it to Miley over at Opus, who's my affiliate partner, I guess, person that I'm in contact with at Opus is waiting for your information. She said as soon as she gets it, she'll process it and get those sent out to you. Opus itself will be mailing them directly to you. And make sure that when you get the products, that you register the products for all the warranty stuff and stuff like that, in case anything ever happens with your products. They're very good about that. I thought that was awesome about Opus. And if you didn't win and you participated and you really truly need an Opus generator, I always suggest to go to Opus Helps. If you go to Opus's website, they have an Opus Help section, and you ask you a bunch of questions. If you have a medical condition and yada, 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 it goes through that whole process. A lot of people, and Rudy's told me, he says Opus has helped so many people in the emergency preparedness community by giving them a free unit for whatever their needs were. So if you ever need something like that, go over there to Opus Helps and check them out. Other than that, if you want to buy an Opus, of course, use my affiliate link and yada, yada, yada. I got a discount code. It's down in the description, and all that jazz. For the folks, I think I've sold, I'm going to be brutally honest. I think I've sold 5 or 6 throughout the years I've been pushing Opus, maybe a little bit more. I don't know, under 10. But they still love me because they say they like the way I do the reviews. So they still seem to support me. So I appreciate that, Opus. All right, so let's go ahead and remove that. I want to bounce back into chat real quick, into the comment sections. It is now 8 o'clock. Shout out to GreyMan Prepping. Grand Scheme, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I know an awesome guy. They helped. That is awesome, Ghostland Khan. That is good to hear. I've heard a lot of good things about that. Thank you, Snakebite. I appreciate that. Let me see. I have CPAP had to buy out of pocket because I really believe that it's the best CPAP for preppers. It's understandable. Like I said, you can buy, Opus does have, Opus, I think Opus right now has, I think they're at 25% off, and you can use my discount code on top of it. So you can save 30% off. So if it's like $160 and then you take the discount, it's pretty cheap for people that need just a unit for a CPAP that's lightweight, portable, and will do the job in an emergency. We're going into August. And once we move into August here in Florida, we're gearing up for true hurricane season. Hurricane season technically starts, I think, June or whatever. But it does get, things start to speed up towards mid-August throughout late September. So I'm ready, and I'm keeping an eye on the tropics. But other than that, folks, thank you so much for taking the time out of your evening, for watching and hanging out with the community and myself. We'll be back live with Rudy on Rudy's channel in 2 weeks over on Alaska Prepper's channel. So you'll see me over there, and then we'll bounce back to me. And we probably got some announcements to make during that as well. But folks, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, please do. It's very appreciated. And if you get a chance, share the live streamed out and other videos that I do. It definitely helps us folks out here get more. You are the driving force of the channel. You share our channels with other people that bring other people into the fold of getting prepared and possibly saving someone's life in regards to the information that is at hand and given on some of these live streams and videos that we do. A lot of us folks are here just to help other folks out there and educate, inform, and we truly appreciate your support. Outside of that, folks, I want to make sure I didn't have anything else. I do not. God bless every single one of you amazing people out there. God bless this country. And folks, remember, you are not alone. This is GreyMan. I'm out. I'll see you guys in a rebound. God bless again, and I will catch you guys in 2 weeks on Alaska Prepper's channel. Have a great night, folks.